Welcome back to the market. I hope everybody enjoyed their day off yesterday. The SPY is looking fantastic here this morning on the first initial candle. Seeing a pretty good pop this morning with SPY, good recovery. 1 minute chart looks solid so far. Like to see that chart at least pointing up. Second candle's now going red though, so we'll see how this opening chop shakes up. The first trading day of 2026 though is here. What's up, Tangi, Hustles, Zach, Steve, 300Z, Outlaw, I Love YouTube, Jake, Simon, Alexander, Rick. Happy New Year, just sold my Google calls you bought on Wednesday for a bag. There you go. Tangi said, check off topic in Discord for the best business idea. I'll have to play that in a little bit. I love hot dogs, Tangi, man. What's up, Fisher? Jake. Steven. Ramirez. How's Palantir kicking off the new year? Uh-oh. Poor Palantir. Not going well for them so far. Very red. This is what all the Palantir traders are feeling right now. Unless they're trading puts. Pretty weird morning, though, so far. Oh, SPY now went red. It's starting to fill the gap down. Uh-oh. Not the best sign to see. Man, that is rough with SPY. Big pullback down towards 684. Coming up in just 60 cents, 50 cents or so. Starting to get that momentum down there. You guys think it's going to fill the gap and then bounce? If it fills the gap, it'll fill it to around 683, maybe 682.50. Somewhere right there. Whoa, Jennifer coming through with the 499. Got the AMD run. Hey, appreciate that. Up to 225. Holy shit, AMD. Dubs in the chat for you, Jennifer. That is awesome. I'm actually going to remove my drawings on here because there's too many. AMD looks great, though. I love the way it's testing its resistance here. This is a large area of resistance for AMD. Up to where it is. Good movement today. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to break through resistance and pop even more. Yeah, dubs in the chat for sure there. That was a very nice move on AMD. Oh, I hope you caught it really well. Beautiful. Especially on like a 1 minute chart. AMD is just so strong from open today. It might even be like leading our watch list. It's up there, 4.45%. MEU is up even more than that, up 6% plus. Damn. I know a lot of these chip stocks were fueling this morning's run. Nvidia too. You can see that big pre-market gap. MU, AMD, man, MU's back up. It's actually above 300 now. Not that it's back above, but it just passed 300. These are some critical levels here. Predictions for Bitcoin end of the year? Oh, into 2026? The end of 26? Let's see. It's sitting around 88,515. I don't love the way Bitcoin started to pull back here recently myself. I'm going to say it ends the year around 80K. Keep in mind, wild guesses here. These are, if you're trying to guess where Bitcoin will end the year, that's the fly by your seat type of guess. Or fly by the seat of your pants type of guess. Happy New Year. Welcome in, Mason. First trading day of the year. Happy New Year. Growth stock's doing okay today. Let's go back to AMD, see how it's looking. 1 minute. Hit resistance, 224.70, 225. Big level overhead, failing to break. NNE just lost all of its pre-market gains. This stock has been so consistent to the downside lately. It's crazy. Of course, today might go different, but man, we've been calling it out to the downside like every nightly video. If it breaks under 2360 for today, I wouldn't be surprised if it fell again. Micron broke the all-time high? Yeah, it did. And then some. Oh, you mean like literally just now, though. Yeah, that rip this morning through 300 made a new all-time high. This is awesome here, MU. You're not from Michigan, are you? No. I have played lots of hockey video games, though, with people from those types of areas in Canada. All right. Give me 1 second here, guys. Very cold outside. I can hardly talk. I'll be right back. Give me just 1 second. Throw up the Mag 7 setup here, which you guys haven't seen yet today, but Amazon, Google, Nvidia, Apple, all leading it. But, man, a couple stocks like Meta and Microsoft and Tesla are all down. Or at least pointing down from open. Weird. All right, 1 second. Alrighty, sorry about that. Tesla drop-off is crazy, yeah. Pretty straight down from open. I mean, a few of these stocks look pretty rough. Even the SPY now is pushing like 684 on the drop. Sheesh. Let's go turn Tesla on for a second after we see SPY. Yep. New low of the day achieved. Interesting. TSLA pretty much straight down there from open. They had that big gap this morning like everything, but giving it all back. Look at that double top going on. Rough. Wow, it's about to give that whole gain back. 450 will probably end up being a decent area of support here on Tesla if you are watching it. Tesla is one of those stocks that we all love around here. It's always fun to look at. Always has good trading opportunities, usually pretty volatile as well. Can be fun from time to time. Never marry everything, but... Ramirez says UEC. I see it on the watch list by MU here, up 6.4%. UEC. Whoa. Looking solid today. Oh yeah, nice gap. Solid opening run. That's awesome. How about UUUU? Energy Fuels doing the same thing. Solid on the watch list too. Navitas is up to 8% here. Navitas, okay. Been a while since I've seen Navitas. How about good old Rigetti? Mom's Spaghetti. Rigetti down today. Uh-oh. Rigetti, we're eyeing up on that big area of support here. It's holding it in a pretty solid way so far. Rigetti. UPS on the daily, pulling back a bit. Had that nice run, but is back below 100 now, as it's going to probably consolidate for a while. Hopefully we start to see some better PA there. Novo Nordisk. I know that's another one that some traders have been watching in the short term. It's been trying to pop up here from this bottom base and recently got above $50. That was a nice bullish sign. Continue to keep your eyes on this one for possible opportunities. The market's still stuck on Tesla vehicle sales numbers. Tesla better come through with Robotaxi or Optimus. I know, seriously. Those are some pretty big, advantageous, revenue-generating ideas, though. You know, if you think about it. The Robotaxi makes sense, and Optimus makes a ton of sense. I can't believe that Elon was saying that that's where the majority of Tesla's revenue will come through. I'm not quite sure there, though. They'll come through. It just takes them 5 more years than expected. Yeah. With this one, it might be like 10 years. Who knows? The freak out about AI destroying humanity is getting intense. No more talk of the AI bubble pop. I know, right? It's true. Nobody's really mentioning that anymore. The AI bubble is going by the wayside. By the wayside. It has died down a lot. Everybody shifted over to silver. How's silver? How's silver? SLV's up again today. We'll see if the CME decides to raise margin requirements again or not. I was about to say I'm sure they will, but who knows, right? Up on my SLV leaps. Glad to hear that. They are doing well today. Did you buy them a long time ago or did you buy them recently, Bob? Are you still looking at that $40 scalp with Intel? Intel's always in play. Anytime in the short term right now. Look at that trend line it's hitting on the daily. That's a pretty one. I wanted to whistle without blowing your guys' eardrums out. That is a beautiful trend line. Playing out once again very, very well. Man, that is pretty. Intel is back at it. I'm going to delete some of these lines so it doesn't look as crazy. Hang on. Some places I have 2 lines in one spot. It's funny. Yeah, that is a great move with Intel. Third touch on that trend. Love it. Love it. Broke through. Nice resistance. 38.25. All right. All green candles from open with this one. All green on the 5-minute. Same with MU, of course. MU's now at 308. 308 Winchester. Bitcoin pumped to 90K several times and then dumped. BTC USD, 90,000. Wow. That is a big resistance here. It really continues to pump down off of 90K, doesn't it? That is huge. Holding up extremely well again. At least very close to there. Sometimes it got above like the 90,500, but not really that it's not really that crazy. Any news about changing the PDT limit rule? Haven't seen anything. Probably have to go do some research to see, but I haven't heard anything since the initial announcement a couple months ago. If I see anything, though, we'll definitely be mentioning it like on a nightly video or something. They're coming out with the 2027 Ram 1500 SRT TRX. Just found a headline on the news while I was looking around to see if there was any news headlines that hit. Stellantis resurrecting the TRX. It's a pretty badass truck. STLA. Hey, if I make enough on the STLA shares, I'll just buy one of those trucks. That's pretty cool. For those of you that don't know, these things are pretty badass. It has the Hellcat motor in it. Wow, 0 to 60 in 3.5? I thought it was slower. That's as fast as a Lamborghini Urus. That is funny. Top speed, though, of 118. What? That's kind of sad. You're going to have to turn the governor off on that one. Although you guys shouldn't be going that fast anyways, but... Man, STLA is moving pretty well. Palantir straight down from open today, sadly. I know that one's pissing a few people off, but hey, the SPY just came back. Nice to see SPY popping right back. Pretty awesome. Ramirez says they cost a fortune to run, maintain, and insure. I know the gas is bad. I've actually owned 2 Hellcats, Ramirez. I'll tell you, those things would eat those tanks up. They weren't that much for maintenance, though. Granted, the truck might be different, but... Then you got an ugly-ass Cybertruck pulling a Porsche in a drag race against the Porsche and winning. That was pretty funny. In a Challenger, you pass everything except a gas station. I used to love those things, Tangy. I'd love to own another one in the future, but man, the C6 Z06 takes the cake, though. How's Ford and GM moving today? See, they just need to come out with like a Shelby GT500 truck at Ford. I know they already have those, actually. It's pretty cool. I've seen some pretty badass Shelby trucks with those supercharged motors. How about GM? What is GM gonna do? They don't have any type of performance truck, really. Nothing like that. Go check QQQ. In 30 years, Cybertrucks will be classic barn finds. That would be wild. I still wish that Tesla would make like a Lamborghini-looking electric car. Nobody's done that yet, and it blows my mind. If they made like a Tesla Model S Plaid, but just like put a body kit on it that made it look like a Lambo or something, that'd be pretty cool. There's an electric Koenigsegg. China made one. I have seen some out there. Oh yeah, Coconut, that Tesla Roadster will be cool. Yeah, again, that's another one that they keep talking about and never comes. Go back to Intel, still crushing it. $39.70. $40 might be coming up here soon. Outlaw, Tom, I have a question. My family member got $100K, and they asked me where to put some of that money. Where should they put it long term? SPY, VOO, VTI, SCHD? I would definitely look into VOO. VOO will be a nice place to park a lot of that. Again, it's hard to say like how much risk you want to take on. You know, you could like you could of course go with VOO, and you might have a bit more risk, but you know, if you wanted to diversify, you know, you might want to get like some technology ETFs, kind of like what you said, like VTI, or maybe like home builder ETFs, you know, like throw in a few other things like that as well. But I would definitely lean towards the majority being towards like VOO, for example, for sure. Let's see, VTI. Yeah, the total stock market. What is a VGT? Yeah, here we go. VGT is pretty nice too. Information technology ETF. Let me see the home builders here really quick. Or infrastructure. Don't forget about some of the energy out there too, like maybe like XLE, energy ETFs. Throw a few in there. PAVE, PAVE was one of the infrastructure ETFs. IGF, TOLZ is another one I've seen. Personally, anyways. There's a lot out there, but I'm just naming the ones that I've seen before. Maybe even held at one point. Definitely seems like PAVE, though. PAVE has the most volume here. They've been doing really well, actually. At least holding up, you know, pretty steady. It's not dying or anything. VGT is doing pretty good today with all the chip stocks moving up. TLT might be pretty advantageous as well to have at least a little bit. Yeah, and like Tangi said, it would be pretty smart to also scale in over the course of a few months, rather than just buying, than just randomly buying all of it right now. You know, and if they don't feel comfortable with that stuff, you know, they could always go to somebody that, you know, manages their money for them. You know, I know that would take some money off the top, probably like 1 or 2%, but it, you know, they could always talk to like financial advisors with like, I guess like firms, right? Different like wealth management companies who will actively manage their account for them, but actively managed accounts, of course, you know, you will be paying a fee there. I like QQQM for growth, low income, and low taxes, low expenses. Yeah. A lot lower expense ratio, right? I know that's why VOO is one of the more popular ones out there. Yeah, SLV, Jose. We talked about it a little bit, of course. Looking at the 5-minute chart right here today, nice gap up with SLV, but it's been very slow and choppy from open. I'm not expecting a ton here, but I'm pretty surprised to see SLV moving up like this again. I was pretty worried that it would start to break that double bottom, but we're in a weird point with SLV. We can see that it's been very choppy here. Kind of on a downtrend as well. We have to see how this goes the next couple days. Are we going to really stay under resistance or, you know, reject back? It's going to be a big question. Big question mark out there. I'm waiting to see if the CME raises those requirements again. That's where I'll be thinking that we have some crazy movement. Intel still running. Love it. 39.80. I guess it's starting to slow down a little bit. Be careful. It's getting close to 40. Apple. AAPL. Nice. They had a nice run here this morning, too. Gosh, these chip stocks have been nuts. Carvana. Moving to the downside. Not overly unexpected for them. Hey. They have some wild swings from time to time, I'll tell you, Carvana. That COVID drop, post-COVID drop was crazy. I cannot believe that they fell down to $3 and then recovered all the way back up to $4.80 again. Like, what the hell kind of swings has Carvana had? A lot of stocks that fell this much during COVID, literally down like 99%. A lot of them have not came back in this sense. Holy shit, Carvana. This is mind-blowing to me. 12,000%. Holy shit. From the end of 23. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is crazy. See ya, Demure. Have a good weekend. Nice end of the week here for you. Come on, Micron 310. MU. That extension here is getting pretty crazy. It's like close enough to 310 to almost call it a hit. For a $300 stock, being within $2 or so, you're essentially there. One moment here, guys. Gonna down some water real fast. And now we're really at 310. My gosh. That candle just almost hit it. 309.85. Wow, Micron. Be careful. I feel like it might slow up around here. Same with Intel, closer to 40. All right, one moment here. Need to go have a quick intermission. I'll be right back. Turn on Mag 7 here. Oh man, Amazon. If SPY could hold 685, that'd be pretty awesome, and then continue back. It's going to be tough with these chip stocks turning over, though. All right, one sec. All right. Sorry about that. Gosh, everything turned over now. SPY all the way down to 684.50. Brutal price action coming through. Kalshi, 90% chance of no rate cuts. Really? I have like 1,000 tabs open. Give me a second. All right, let's go check Kalshi real quick. Damn. Yeah, it just keeps going more towards a pause. Wow. Yeah, 90% chance of a pause. That's crazy. I know it was pretty high recently, but, you know, around like Christmas time, it was like 87%. I remember it being, yeah, like down here, like 75%, like a few days before Christmas. But yeah, it got pretty high here towards pause. 90% chance. That's going to be big. What day is that decision? Let me see. Fed Watch tool. January 28th. Man, you gotta really zoom in on here. January 28th. I knew it was around the end. So they're pricing an 85.1% chance. I like how the March meeting is very up in the air. It's technically on a pause right now too, but it could shift very easily over towards cut. Look at SanDisk. SNDK. SanDisk Corp. Big jump. That's a nice green candle there. Much are they up today? 11%. Damn. That is a good ripper there, SanDisk. They're coming back well with a lot of the tech stocks here. I remember we were trading that one down a few times in a pretty meaningful way, but once the tide turned there and that double bottom posted, it just has been nothing but bullish. Nothing but bullish now. UMAC, first profits of 26, UMAC. That's kind of funny. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if you win today, you'll have your first profit of 26. That's funny. UMAC, though, 1.57%. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. My last buy order of 2025, first sell order of 26. Whoa. $7.49%. Beautiful. Nice little dub there. Dub in the chat. You bought a grip of shares. Oh, wow. You have a UMAC January of 28 call. Wow. January 2028. UMAC. It has been doing pretty good. gotta say that. Not bad. Weird. Weird price action today. $2.5 strikes. Hey, that sounds even better now. 2.5 strikes. That is awesome. How's SPY doing here? Wow, all the way back. Holy shit, SPY. We get any bad news here? It's a pretty rough drawdown. Pretty rough. Tesla's out causing a lot of this pullback. Man, Tesla's now down 1% on the day. That was a big pullback from open. That was actually one of my plays to the downside yesterday. There's a big 440 buy wall coming up. I do think Tesla might bounce off 440, but that's a decent target down there around 440 as well if you're trying to trade it lower. One moment. All right. Here we go. Man, SPY is pulling back here. Pretty rough. Sorry about that. Quick delay, but wow, we are seeing some major PA back to the downside. Trying to find some news here, but I'm not seeing anything that necessarily points to this. It really doesn't. What's up, Jane? I got myself stomped over. Santa took all my Meow Mix. Oh, no. Damn, Santa. Man, I'm really scanning, Jane. Give me one moment here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything that... nothing that lines up with the time frame of the drop at all. Really. Yep. Not seeing too much. You would think that there might be, but... just such strange PA today, really. Big back and forth price action. Give me one sec. My headset just disconnected here. So weird. I buy a new headset and now it has problems. See, that's what I get. I'm going back to my headset from 2016. Back when they made things good. No, I'm kidding. All the old people always say that. They're like, back in my day, it was made great. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties, as they say. Any news on Palantir? PLTR was doing... ooh, wow. Yeah, they had a big secondary leg down. I knew that first opening move was terrible on Palantir. I'm not seeing anything specific for them at all. Intel's up quite a bit. Yeah, Intel's been doing great today, Greg. I would say, Intel's the stock of the day, in my opinion, with the way that it's moved here. Ran my numbers for the year of 2025. Lost 40%. Ran my numbers. Will Bears beat the 445 buys? On which stock? Tesla? Yeah, Tesla. Wow. It actually is starting to chop around a little bit here. Let's see it on Bookmap. I know that there's buyers at 445 and 440. Oh. All right, calm down. Getting a lot of lag on the book map today. It did just wipe out the buyers there. They technically got filled. Now more came in at 444 after the 445 buyers got wiped. Seems strange, like they're hopping back in. Very interesting. Happy New Year, Olson. Yeah, let's kick the year off great here. What happened to Amazon? I know, right? Today's been a weird day. There's not really any company-specific news for a lot of this price action down. We're just seeing a lot of pullbacks. You know, whether we look at Amazon or any others, if we go to the Mag 7 setup, note how Amazon's on the bottom right. Every other stock is pretty much down as well, so it's not all Amazon's fault. But they are like the worst one, besides Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft is actually worse at 1.78% down. Amazon's down 1.34%. Meta and Tesla aren't down even 1% yet. Series up 2.5% today. That's unusual. SIRI. Is this Sirius XM? Yep. This stock has been very interesting down here around this lower range of support. Around $19 to $20. This stock has found a large range of support. It's bounced here multiple times. It's really kind of crazy. I guess you could say it extends up to $20.50, but this is just wild. It is wild how it's moving like this. Maybe it's Buffett retirement news that has people scared. That could be. That could be. He's the largest shareholder of Siri. Oh, he is. Oh. I did not know that. That makes sense with him being old. I know I think he's the biggest, he's also the biggest shareholder of Kraft, I believe. And Kraft hasn't done too hot either. Not this big money trade, though. That'd be funny if that was him. Just kidding. SPY's starting to bounce around 681.50 now. The SPY has been so weird and volatile today. I feel like we've seen a lot of crazy candles in all directions. Check on Tessie again. Starting to come up off the lows here. It bounced around 444 to 445 where we saw those buyers come in on Bookmap. With the X-ray vision, it was weird. Like, they got wiped out at 445, and then a bunch came in here stacked up now at 444. Not nearly as much, of course, but still, it was interesting because it happened right after that. Might be seeing a bit of a dip buy opportunity here. Y'all know there is a theory that in the event of an economic reset, Siri is likely to be one of the few media companies with enough cash to survive, and the number of Wyoming residents who have Siri subs. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like every year the amount of people subbing to that goes down. I wish I could see the data on like SiriusXM subscriber year over year. Let's see. SiriusXM subscribers YOY. Let's see. I feel like we could find this somewhere, right? So they reported 33 million subscribers on October 30th, and that ended up being down 40,000 from a year previously. I know some people really love it. Here we go. Here's their subscribers. This is the chart I wanted to see. You can see how their subscribers has not been growing very well since 2020. It's pretty much stayed like the exact same with a very slow decline over the past 5 years. Not my favorite. They might have cash and be able to withstand something, but I don't know. It's definitely not for me. I think it's a dying breed. I think best case scenario, though, SiriusXM gets bought out by, like, Spotify. Now, that would be beautiful. I think that would be awesome. If you were a SiriusXM holder and Spotify bought them out or something, holy shit. That would actually be really neat, too, because then you'd start having, like, Spotify, like, with that, I don't know, like, integrated to your car, right? Without doing it on your phone. Andy says, oh, I hate that Sirius. I always, every time I buy a car, it comes with SiriusXM, but sometimes I'll keep it for a little while, and then just get rid of it. Nice. Bounce off 39 from Intel. Mr. James says same. I renewed my sub to Sirius. You go through the process attempting to cancel. They keep offering lower prices. I know, right? That's what happened to me, Jake. That is what happened to me. In my Corvette, they were like, nope. They were like, you can have it for $5. And I was like, hey, that's cool. What pissed me off, though, is I had to pay in order to, like, start my car from the phone. That kind of pissed me off, right? I don't know why. I'm like, man, it's a 2021 Corvette, and I got to pay $20 a month to unlock my car and start it from the phone. I'm like, yay. Seemed very dumb. But when I canceled it, they did the same thing. They were like, $5. Intel's starting to reject now. Makes sense. I mean, it got really close to 40. I'm not surprised it slowed up. Yeah. Yeah, the key fob's free, Jake, but the app was cool because if I wasn't in range of the car, I could still start it, which was neat. But yeah, I know what you mean. Most of the time, the fob worked. That's why I tried to cancel it, actually. There's also the detail of Ceres satellites being in the orbital position to avoid a Kessler episode, and there's a ridiculous probability of that playing out in the near future. Oh shit, you mean like how the satellites will collide with each other? Yeah, I've heard that can be a pretty crazy scenario with the speeds that they go. Intel coming back now, though. It's almost back towards that high of the day. I doubt it'll make it, but it's trying. It is trying. My Hyundai came standard with the remote start app, but it's a Hyundai. Put a frowny face. Hey, those are pretty nice, though, some of them. What's that new? Oh, the Hyundai Elantra N. Those things are pretty neat. They do pops and bangs. It was funny. One time I pulled up to this guy and I was like, give me the pops and bangs. And he started doing it. And my buddy goes, what the hell? And I'm like, yeah, that comes factory with that. It was funny though. My friend's mind was blown. BYD just overtook Tesla as the biggest global EV seller. Really? BYDDF, we know them. Yeah. Buffett, I don't know if Buffett still owns a lot of them or not, but I know that he used to. This actually seems like a pretty good buy the dip opportunity, guys. This is a Chinese EV company, which is, I think, like they said, maybe better than Tesla, at least worldwide sales or deliveries or something. I know that they get some high praises from a lot of investors. They're starting to actually break out through a downtrend as well. Whether you draw it like this, or even if you just start here and you do this, it's starting to get through. It's starting to form a really good base. I'm a big fan of this one here, actually. I like this. Very interesting opportunity in my eyes. How's Disney? Starting to turn over a little bit more again. They've been popping up pretty good recently off $100. I know that we follow this one quite a bit. But it filled the gap and now is slowing down. Makes sense. That happens quite a bit whenever stocks are running up and filling gaps like that. Man, I'm seeing lots of stocks on the watch list up over 10% today. Navitas, semiconductor, starting to pop. Let's see this trend line because it is holding it very well again. This is actually pretty nice by Navitas. It's hard to make it look good on the chart, though. The way it's been moving here. Does anyone know why Navitas is up, Outlaw asks? Navitas, 12%. There's a lot of growth stocks up here. I'll throw my watch list up real quick, just so you can see how many are up over 10% today. It's pretty insane. A lot of chip stocks were up today, too, so it makes sense. I don't see any news for today at all. Almost no news. I like UUUU and UEC running as well. Those are pretty nice. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. It has a lot of stocks. I throw lots of stocks on this one, so we can always see the better ones that we like anyways. Haha, Tangy says it's up bigly. Santa came late. I don't know. That's not what Mrs. Claus told me. SPY moving well. 685 coming up. Big resistance there. Gonna have to really get back through it. Get this going. He's on that new hymns formula. So AMD could be seen as a possible dead cat bounce. Yeah, it could. Let's go look at it on the daily really quick. I don't know if you mean on a daily standpoint or not. On the daily, it's not really setting up that way now. It kind of looked like a dead cat bounce within this red box, but instead of like flushing down for the dead cat bounce to really play out, now it's chopping around more. So I don't know, a bit weird. Not my favorite dead cat bounce move on the daily. Maybe you mean more of an intraday, though. Always hard to tell, because it does kind of seem like there could be one right here on an intraday basis. And if you decided to play that, I don't think that's a bad way to play, really. You know, it did start to reject. You could stop out somewhere above this recent point there. You know, maybe target 220, maybe a little lower. Not the best risk-reward ratio. I feel like normal intraday chop could block you out too, but something to keep looking at for sure. Nike gave back its gains from yesterday? Wow. Did it? NKE gave it all back. Oh, yeah, it did. Nike. How dare you?
How dare you?
You're making Greta upset today. Greta is coming out of the woodworks. Tesla is going to be testing its low of the day again at 444. We might just be seeing another breakdown. Unfortunately, a lot of downside action again. Is there like something with aliens going on or something? It's science fiction day. Oh my god. Is it really? Yeah, it is. That's so weird. Science fiction day. The aliens. Tangy Man, what was that funny stuff with the aliens a while ago? That was... God, that was funny. Oh, it was like, it was... Was it something with like Elon and Jensen? No, that was just space. That was space. There was something funny with aliens a while ago, I remember. AI in space. Yeah. Yep. It really is, though. Apparently science fiction day. I can't believe it, but it is. Let's see NVTS here. Nice, still looking pretty good, 11.9%. I still love that daily chart on Navitas. It's hard to go wrong with that one. There were all those lights people were seeing on the East Coast, but that ended up just being secret drones. Oh yeah, I remember that. I do remember the drones. I think the aliens are manipulating the stock market. I think that that's what's going on here. That's why the QQQ and the SPY aren't moving well today. SPY very slow. Right around the low of the day, it just bounced again. Might form a slightly higher low. It's holding 682. I'm pretty conflicted with where the SPY is right now. Very up in the air on direction. It's hard not to lean down with the way SPY had been moving, but it looks like a base is attempting to form. We've had a pretty crazy past few weeks, though. Lots of crazy price action in the stock market. Lots of back and forth movement. Sirius is kind of going the way the CD, Coconut said. By the way, guys, I was kidding about the aliens. Obviously. Obviously. I love it, Brain. I know most of you got it. It just, I had to say it because there's always a few people out there that it goes over their heads sometimes. Man, 614 breaking down on QQQ. Wow, starting to see more breakdown. Mag 7 looking rough again, guys. Wow. Look at the volume on Meta coming through and Apple. Nvidia even. Man, this is really starting to pick up. What a shitty start to the year. I thought it was going to be a great start to the year with the way the market was moving in pre-market. Things were great until the market opened. You're up almost 4% year to date. There we go, Tangy. On day one. Robert coming through with the 5 spot. Sorry, I was answering a question really fast. Wow. Thank you again, Robert. Hey, Tom, thoughts on GameStop? Not for squeeze crap, but it keeps going back and forth from 20 to 23/25 slowly. I'm thinking in the money calls monthly for slow gains. Thanks. I like your thought process here. You know, you're looking at this channel that it's in, and it is bouncing off of the lower end of this channel right now. This channel is very much in play. I actually already have it marked on the chart. You can see in red right here. Already had it. Yeah, I think as long as you're willing to play it and, you know, use like some of these lower levels like 1850, or, you know, if you wanted to even get safer with it, maybe like 19 as like a stop loss zone, and then trade it up to like 2350 to 25. I think that's a really solid strategy given where GameStop is right now on the chart. I like how you said monthly options. Yeah, that could work. You might want to give yourself like 2 months or so of time you know, so that you can hold it a bit longer. But I do like this idea here. This is a really good trading idea. I like your thought process, not really looking for like the weird what did you call it? Squeeze, the squeeze crap. Yeah, I'm glad that we're not looking for stuff like that. And I really like the structure on the chart. Again, the support is intact. It's been holding up. And in the immediate short term, you know, this recent low is holding up again around 20. That's a perfect whole dollar level as well. Obviously, it could always break through, but it's looking solid. Apple invented walking outside. What is that? Apple Intelligence can now calculate how long it'll take the iPhone to charge. They said huge Apple news. Newton just stole the idea. They invented gravity. Santa came for the rally, but he had a hole in his bag. Uh-oh. Kind of like the Polar Express, how that kid lost his, what was it? His bell. Yeah, that's funny. Buy it while you can. Look at the QQQ sell down here, guys. This is starting to look pretty rough. I'm a little bit worried that we're going to be seeing like a bit of a crash start to come in here. Hammer time. There's a robot screaming. What? MU blasted through 300. It didn't test back and forth. When have you seen a stock blast through 100, 200, 300, etc. and not come back to retest? Yeah, you know, that's an interesting question, right? I watch stocks blast through so many levels, I don't know, it's hard to say. Get you thinking, though. Man, Tesla just looks so nasty on the daily chart. That was a good play to the downside from last night's video. Targeting 440. This is perfect. Perfect. I need to be more confident. I got scared and sold too early and missed out on gains. That's one of the biggest things. You can't really get scared. You have to literally have like a mindset already there. Make peace with your gains and losses? Yep. Allah says you're not the only one, Aoli. That's why trading's a hard game. But yeah, you gotta have peace with your losses and really let those runners go. You always have to have a little bit of risk, but you don't want to get crazy, Aoli. The one way to play it safer is just simply not entering as much, right? You might be able to widen stop losses, but if you're entering 3 contracts, maybe only enter 1 or 2 now. If you widen those out. CoreWeave, one of the big movers today, up 10% plus. Pretty good action all the way from open. Hasn't really pulled back much either, or at all, really. Yeah, 1 minute chart. Almost no pullbacks really mixed in. Intel's holding up pretty well compared to everything else, which is nice. But again, slow and choppy as it's pulling back with the market. That Mag 7 chart just keeps getting worse and more bloody every time we switch to it. Big volume coming through on Amazon again. But alrighty, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and call it there today. I appreciate everybody joining up for the first trading day of the year. Too bad the market got pretty negative here after that good move in pre-market. There has been some good opportunity, though, in possible puts to the downside, so that's been nice. Of course, the longer-term accounts don't love to see this, but that is what it is. Always interesting scalp opportunities, though. Hopefully we get some nice reversals here this afternoon to maybe, you know, play some dip buy opportunities or something. Because some of these moves seem like they're getting a little bit overextended as well. Like, of course, SPY is SPY, but you know, you go to like something like Tesla, it fell down towards support like 440. So, seeing very interesting opportunities. Talked about this one on last night's video quite a bit. It's playing out almost perfectly. All right, see you guys later. Have a good one. Oh yeah, the off-topic video. I forgot about that. We have a funny Friday funny today. All right, Tangy Man, if this gets me in trouble, it's on you. All right, it's on you.
Guys, welcome to...
Oh my God, Tangy. What is gonna go on? How long is this? Okay. Okay, sorry. I had to do a little preview here.
Alright guys, welcome to Sunshine's Hot Dogs. Come on down. We have some delicious grilled jumbo dogs, grilled hot dogs. We have sausages. We'll see you then. Great customers, loyal customers. We've got sauteed peppers and onions for the sausages. We've got some good chili, some nacho cheese, coleslaw, relish, raw onion. We got it all. Y'all come see us. We're here 11 to 2.
What was the point of this, Tangy? I'm so confused. Lady selling hot dogs. I have a feeling I know why you sent that, but what's the point of that? He said support small businesses. The cameraman. Oh gosh. I did a preview to make sure it wasn't too bad, and it really wasn't, but I don't know. All right. All right, let's have a great one, guys. Support your small businesses and your hot dog stands. I like a glizzy or two. They're always good. All right, see you guys later. Have a great one.